Hi everybody, this is a small video about how to do preliminary research to tweak your research question. So I start off with this research question kind of randomly. Is there a relationship between mental illness and social media use? Notice that I have two tabs going on here. One tab is obviously for the Google Doc and one tab is for the home page. Now you have like a student homepage which looks a little bit different. But if you scroll down, you have this area as well. You click resources and then you click Gale Virtual Reference. The universities and school boards pay thousands of dollars to access academic database, so you have access to academic journals. Like Queen's and U of T have like a serious version of this, which would cost $70,000 to $80,000 a year for a subscription. So their students, regardless of what they're studying, can get the latest academic research on it. This is not a Google search, so you can't just type in the question, my research question, a relationship between mental illness and social media. The two things I'm trying to figure out about is mental illness and social media. Below are all the databases that it's going to look through to find out articles. Oops. Yeah, find out articles on this topic. What you would like is probably down to 100 or so articles so you can like scrounge them. So we have 2,000. We're going to click academic journals because that's what we're interested in. This course only cares about, or like this project only cares about academic journals, sort of what you can prove. And then it's peer reviewed. So we have full text and peer reviewed. Peer reviewed just means that people who are in that sort of field have looked at the research and said, yes, the parameters of the research meet a certain standard. So that's what. So we're down to 2,317 articles. That's still a little big. So what we might do is click on subjects to filter a little more. Okay, and there's anxiety. So we might say, okay, we might change our research question to maybe, or to mental illness. Instead of mental illness, we might change it to anxiety. So we'll click that. Mental health problems and social media exposure during the COVID-19 outbreak. So there seems to be some stuff on electronic devices, secondary school students. And then there's another one, the role of existential therapy. Some of these will be useful and some of them will not. I like anxiety reduction in art therapy, perhaps not. Preventing mood disorders in youth, perhaps not useful. But let's check out the first article. So then you read the abstract. The abstract tells you what exactly the article is going to be about. It summarizes their finding and the prevalence. So let's say you really like this article. You're like, wow, this is a great article. You can copy and paste the link. You can send it to yourself. You can download the article. You can print it off. You can just get the link. And for citation, you click Cite. We're doing APA format. And you can export to your Google Drive, or you can just what I usually do is just copy and paste. So I'm going to start my references side here. There, and so I'm starting my references page while I'm doing research. I may or may not use this, but one thing I've learned is that it is so much easier to delete a reference than to find a reference again after you've found it. So this is some of the sort of things you might want to take a look at to see if you want to tweak your question to see if it's not too vague or too broad. So if you have if you type in search parameters of your question and you get 10,000 articles, it might be too broad. If you type in your article and get 0, it might be too specific. Feel free to email